7 steps to deal with those who don't appreciate you. We're used to fearing betrayal. Screams, infidelity, a slammed door. But one day, a completely different, quieter, and far more devastating discovery comes. The scariest thing is to be with someone who doesn't scream, doesn't leave, doesn't openly betray, but simply remains silent, distancing, taking advantage of your kindness the way someone takes water from the tap, without thinking, without gratitude, taking it for granted. This is the true erosion of the soul. Settling day after day for less than you deserve, until one day you realize there's almost nothing left of you. Before we go any further, if you recognize yourself in these words, subscribe to the channel right now. Ahead are 7 concrete steps that will give you back what's been quietly taken from you for years, your dignity. The Stoics taught us a fundamental distinction, to separate what is within our control from what is beyond our control. We cannot force another person to love, respect, or be grateful, but we can and must choose how to respond to their indifference. Patience is a virtue, but not when it devolves into slow self-destruction. Wisdom is not silent consent to injustice. It is an inner decision to no longer allow oneself to be treated unworthily. Today we'll explore 7 strategies for dealing with those who don't value you. This isn't a set of grievances or a tool for manipulation. It's a path to freedom, respect, and inner clarity, the journey of a person on the path to their own dignity. Step 1. Stop being easy. Start by refusing voluntary self-sacrifice. Stoic philosophy says it bluntly, what you tolerate, you encourage. This isn't a pretty metaphor. It's a rule proven over millennia. If you allow yourself to be treated day after day as a backdrop, as something always at hand, don't be surprised when people stop taking you seriously. After all, once your warmth, kindness, and concern become guaranteed and undeserved, they instantly become worthless. This isn't just how psychology works. This is how perception itself works. A Stoic knows that value can't be imposed, can only be demonstrated or lost. Therefore, he doesn't strive to be everything to everyone at once. He controls himself, not others' opinions of him. To stop being easily accessible means to stop wasting yourself on those who take but don't give back. In real life, it seems simple and familiar. You write first and get monosyllabic replies. You offer help and hear an irritated, "Not now." You help and don't even get a simple "thank you." And you continue because you believe that one day the person will change, understand, appreciate. But the Stoic knows differently. Change is born not from pity, but from loss. Only by losing what is familiar can a person truly understand its value. So stop giving where it's not asked. Stop calling first. Don't text without a reason. Don't offer help without being asked. Don't play the role of savior if you're not called. This isn't cruelty. It's refusing to be a convenient resource. It's an act of inner discipline, and discipline is one of the cardinal virtues of a Stoic. The world won't collapse if you disappear from those who neglected you. And if someone doesn't notice your absence, that's the best answer to all your doubts. You didn't become cold. They were blind. A Stoic doesn't take revenge. He doesn't humiliate. He simply closes the door quietly and leaves, because his strength lies not in shouting, but in clarity. Because a self-respecting person doesn't stand in a doorway where he's not invited. Remember, you are not obligated to give your attention and energy to those who neglect it. Your kindness is not an automatic gift. Your presence is not a guaranteed favor. Your value does not lie in constant availability, but in being yourself, whole, conscious, free. Step 2. Look at actions, not words. Truth is always revealed in actions. Stoic wisdom relies on observation, not fantasy. Words are deceiving. People can say whatever they want. You're important to me. You're dear to me. I'm just tired. I'm going through a tough time. But a Stoic doesn't judge by words. He looks at actions, because only in them lies the reliable criterion of truth. Want to understand how important you are to someone? Don't listen to their excuses. Look at how they behave with others, who they're polite to, who they respond to immediately, who they always make time for, who they smile at, who they're considerate with. Now compare that to how they behave with you. If they're absent-minded, irritable, forgetful, disrespectful, dismissive, or cold around you, the answer has already been given. For a Stoic, truth doesn't need defending. It simply is. Too often we live in an illusion, justifying others' coldness with phrases like, "That's just the way they are," "It's probably my fault," or "It's temporary." But Stoic philosophy demands, above all, courage in the face of the truth. It teaches, don't justify others, lest you betray yourself. If someone is capable of being warm and polite, but not with you, then it's a conscious choice. Their respect is selective. Their concern is deliberate. And therefore, how they behave with you is also a conscious choice. A Stoic doesn't cling to hope. He looks at reality and soberly admits, I'm not as important to this person as they are to me. This may be painful, but it's far more painful to waste years on those who, deep down, have long since assigned you the last place. Observing others' actions isn't suspicion. It's insight. A Stoic doesn't demand explanations. They see and accept, knowing that true freedom comes only through truth. And truth is always actions. So begin to observe silently, without complaints or tears, with cool attention and inner dignity. Who was there when you were struggling? Who noticed your pain? Who remembers your important dates? Who makes the first move? Who is there for you not out of self-interest, not out of politeness, but out of goodwill? Let your conclusions be based not on emotions, but on facts. Not on the fear of loss, but on self-respect. Step 3. Practice quiet detachment. A silent withdrawal is more powerful than any scream. In a world where everyone strives to explain, justify, and prove themselves, the Stoic chooses a different path: silence and action. Quiet withdrawal is the ancient practice of the sage. Not because he is weak, but because he is tired of proving his worth to those who do not see it. Not because he fears conflict, but because he cherishes the silence of his soul. When someone doesn't hear you, don't shout louder. Walk away without drama, without scenes, without explanations. Just stop showing up where you're not wanted. Stop texting first, suggesting meetings, keeping up a conversation for the sake of conversation. Not with reproach, but with inner balance. Not to punish, but to finally free yourself. Stoicism teaches one simple rule: anything that destroys your inner peace isn't worth the effort. Pointless conversations with someone who doesn't want to listen are a waste of energy. It's not a dialogue. It's an attempt to revive the dead, and a Stoic doesn't waste his life reviving illusions. Quiet withdrawal is a test, not of others, but of yourself. Are you ready to be strong, even if you're not supported? Are you ready to be calm, even if you're not understood? Are you ready to leave not in anger, but in dignity? Many believe that if you remain silent, you're weak. But a Stoic knows silence is a choice. It's maturity. It's refusing to argue with someone who isn't ready for reciprocity. I no longer run after those who leave me. I no longer hold on to those who have long since left inside. If someone truly cares about you, they will notice your absence. They will ask, reach out, reconsider their behavior. And if they remain silent in response to your silence, that is also an answer. One of the most honest. A Stoic doesn't leave with a bang. He goes deep, so deep that there's no need to return. He doesn't expect thanks, he doesn't expect apologies. He simply makes room because life is too short to stay with those who don't care. Leaving silently doesn't mean disappearing into the darkness. It means returning to oneself. And that is the ultimate return that every wise person strives for. Step 4. Apply the mirror principle. One of the main Stoic rules is, don't give more than the balance allows. In relationships, as in nature, harmony is disrupted when one party gives everything, while the other only consumes. The mirror principle is not revenge or a game. It is the restoration of inner order. A way to remind yourself and the other person, respect is a two-way street. When you notice that someone has cooled towards you, has started communicating out of perfunctory interest, has stopped asking about your life, but still demands your participation, don't explain or persuade them. Simply mirror their behavior. They stop texting, don't text first. They don't congratulate you, don't congratulate them. They cancel meetings, don't accommodate them. They don't ask how you're doing. Stop asking questions yourself. It's not coldness, it's balance. A Stoic knows another person's behavior is not a manual for your suffering. It's a mirror you need to look into to understand how you're truly perceived. And in that mirror, there's clarity. You stop fantasizing. You stop believing he's just tired. Or, he's probably thinking about me. He just doesn't text. No, he treats you the way he sees fit. And you have every right to respond in kind. This method is incredibly effective because people accustomed to your constant warmth are suddenly confronted with a coldness, the kind that only they previously allowed themselves. They begin to feel what you felt, and then they have two choices. Either realize they're losing something valuable and begin to change, or become angry, offended, and blaming. Either way, the truth comes out. But the important thing here isn't their reaction, but yours. A Stoic doesn't seek to manipulate. He simply takes back control. He doesn't respond to evil with evil. He responds with an equal. He makes it clear, I'm not a bottomless well. I'm a person with boundaries, with dignity, with a right to respect. Sometimes you'll be reproached. You've become different. You've become cold. And you'll calmly answer, no, I just don't give where I don't receive. This isn't cruelty. It's maturity. It's a sign that you've grown out of the role of the one who single-handedly carries the relationship. Remember, a mirror doesn't punish, it shows. And if someone, seeing their reflection, doesn't want to change, that's their choice. And your choice is to no longer live in a one-sided reflection. To be not inconvenient but equal. Not needed but respected. Not in need but worthy. Step 5. Invest in those who reciprocate. Stoicism teaches us not to waste our energy. One of its main principles is the wise management of our inner resources. Time, attention, emotions. These gifts cannot be given away indiscriminately. They must be directed where they bear fruit, not where they are used up. Many people live in the illusion. If I'm kind, patient, and selfless, the person who ignores me will one day wake up, understand, and begin to appreciate me. But this is not the path of the sage. It is the path of emotional dependence. The Stoic doesn't seek recognition, he seeks truth. And if a relationship doesn't yield reciprocity, it's not worth continuing, because any one-sided movement sooner or later destroys the one who approaches it alone. Think about it. You invest, you worry, you care, you offer help, and in response there's silence, polite neutrality, or outright indifference. Why do you continue? Because you hope things will change. But Stoic logic is simple. If you've invested enough and haven't received a response, stop investing. Waiting without reciprocation is no longer noble, but self-deception. Perhaps it's worth stopping here and saying it bluntly. If these ideas resonate with you, please like this video. That way, it will be seen by those who need these words most right now, and perhaps they will be the first step toward change for someone. Instead of trying to carry other people's relationships on your own, start looking around. There are people who notice your kindness. There are those who are genuinely grateful for even the smallest things. There are those who rejoice in your presence simply because you're there. Focus your energy there, not because someone owes you anything, but because the soul doesn't have to starve in the presence of indifferent people. A Stoic doesn't live in a state of scarcity. He doesn't cling to withered connections. He makes room for the living. By letting go of those who don't respond, you don't lose, you gain freedom. Freedom from expectations, from the fear of being unnecessary, from the constant feeling of guilt for others' indifference. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to be unavailable to those who value you only when it's convenient for them. A relationship where one party only gives isn't a relationship. It's service. A Stoic doesn't serve. They interact. They build a union, not a dependency. Your attention is energy. Your participation is capital. And if someone takes this for granted, they're not a client of your soul. They're simply a consumer. And you're not a source obligated to give away every last drop. Direct yourself to where you're valued, and you'll be surprised how quickly your inner state blossoms. After all, as the ancient Stoics said, Investing in the unworthy is stealing from yourself. Step 6. Be direct. Silence can be wise, but not when it becomes a cover for fear. A Stoic isn't someone who endures until they explode. They're someone who knows how to speak calmly, honestly, and at the right time. Sometimes the person next to you genuinely doesn't understand that they're hurting you, and you remain silent, hoping for a miracle, hoping they'll figure it out on their own, hopefully change. But without words, there's no clarity. Without clarity, there's no understanding. Without understanding, there's no respect. Having a direct conversation is an act of courage. It's not a conflict, not an accusation, not an ultimatum. It's a sign of maturity. You're not demanding or demeaning yourself. You're simply setting a boundary. It's important to me that our relationship thrives. I feel like my efforts are going unanswered. It hurts. I want to understand if this is temporary or if you're truly not ready to invest. Stoic strength lies in the ability to maintain balance even in the most difficult conversations. Without offense, without pressure, without expecting a perfect answer. You speak and observe, and then draw conclusions not from words, but from subsequent actions. There are 3 possible scenarios. First, the person will hear you, won't make excuses or attack, but will genuinely reflect, perhaps even apologize. This is a sign of maturity, and such people are rare. Second, they will start making excuses. I was just busy. You misunderstood. You're too sensitive. This is a signal, an attempt to shirk responsibility. Third, they will accuse you of selfishness, saying you're demanding too much. In this case, it's clear you're dealing with a person who isn't ready for honest communication. Then return to step 3, quiet withdrawal. A Stoic doesn't waste energy trying to convince those who refuse to listen. He offers only one honest chance, no hysteria, no pressure, no manipulation. And if this chance isn't taken, he leaves not out of resentment, but out of self-respect. But he always tries to speak first, because he believes a word spoken at the right time can clear the way. If a person responds with sincerity, it means the connection is still alive. And if they turn away, it means they've been turning their back on you for a long time. Stoic dignity is demonstrated not by silent suffering, but by the ability to say what's important without fear. Because a mature soul isn't afraid of being misunderstood. It's only afraid of betraying itself. Step 7. Leave without regrets. The Stoic learns the most important thing, not to cling to that which destroys his soul. When all attempts to be heard, understood, and appreciated have been exhausted, the time comes to take the final and most important step, to leave. Not in anger, not in hysteria, not in an attempt to hurt in return, but in complete calm, with the knowledge that you have done all you could. Now your dignity demands that you continue on your journey without those who could not or did not want to walk alongside you. Leaving isn't a defeat. It's the highest form of self-respect. In Stoicism, leaving destructive relationships isn't seen as weakness, but as a sign of fortitude. You don't blame the person or brand them a traitor. You simply acknowledge reality. A relationship without reciprocity isn't really a relationship, but a form of dependency. Many are afraid to leave, afraid of loneliness, afraid of regretting their decisions. But a Stoic knows, loneliness is worse than being with someone who only pretends to care. It's better to be alone than to live in eternal expectation of a modicum of respect. When you let go of someone who doesn't value you, you open space for those who are capable of truly loving you. And as long as you cling to the past, the new simply cannot enter your life. A Stoic doesn't linger where his presence is devalued. He moves on. He trusts the course of life, knowing that anything lost without a fight was never truly his. Leave without explanation, without grandiose words, without the need to prove yourself right. You don't owe anyone anything to prove to someone who couldn't see your value without being reminded. Your life is your responsibility, and you have the right to choose with whom to share it. And if you find it hard to let go, if you're plagued by doubts, remember the Stoic principle. Freedom begins where attachment to illusions ends. You don't lose love, you lose the delusion about love. And that's always a victory. Life never leaves a void. By leaving those who don't appreciate you, you make room for joy, respect, and sincere people. And this is perhaps the most virtuous and courageous act you can do for yourself. True strength lies not in the ability to endure humiliation, but in the ability to leave in time while maintaining self-respect. Stoicism teaches us to accept reality without illusions. Not everyone we love is obligated to love us back. Not everyone we've given warmth to will return it. But this is no reason to become bitter. It's a reason to become wiser. You don't have to be convenient. You don't have to drag along a relationship in which you've long since stopped smiling sincerely. You don't have to live in eternal expectation that someone will one day see the light and begin to appreciate you. All that depends on you is your internal position, your choice, where to stay and where to end things. Remember, respect, like love, is not begged for. It is either given freely or it is not. And when you choose to leave without shouting, without making a scene, without trying to explain the obvious, you do not lose anything important. You find the most valuable thing, yourself. Life always rewards those who have the courage to be honest with themselves. By freeing yourself from those who didn't value you, you make room for strength, for new encounters, for vibrant feelings, for those who will see your value immediately, without reminders. And if this conversation resonated with you, now is the time to solidify this thought. Subscribe to the channel so you don't lose this path to yourself, and continue it with new videos that will help you move forward. Remember the Stoic truth. Everything external is temporary. True support lies only within. You are not your relationships, not someone else's expectations, not someone else's actions. You are your virtue, your dignity, your calm heart. Let your life be surrounded not by those who tolerate you, but by those who are happy to be around you. Don't be afraid to leave those who don't see you. It's scarier to stay with those who don't notice you. Choose yourself, and the world will respond with those who will choose you too.